Are we live? Are we live? Looks like we're live. Is that all set? Yes, that's all set. Let's run a choice tops. Let's do yeah, boy. All right, everything seems to be functioning. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna spare you some details. We got a lot of grinding to do. Once again, if you are new here, I am grinding dubs, so thanks for joining me. And I'm gonna get right into it, because there is very, 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 very much to do. Danny, you are first in line. Ain't nobody here. I know, ain't nobody here. Nobody loves us, Danny. It's all right. They'll pepper in. If anything, it's probably necessary. How am I doing this evening? I'm doing great. How are you doing? I was busy. Had myself a fantastic meal for dinner. A little bit of T-bone, a little bit of homemade pasta from Mrs. Shift. I'm glad you're doing great. How's the health business treating you? Any wackadoo patients come by lately? Oh, Mrs. Shift, redeeming her reward for the 7 consecutive streams. She's a real one. She's my day one. Love you, honey. Admin. That's a good job to have, though. Oh, she's so sweet. Admin's got to be tiring. You probably go through so much paperwork. Captain Bingus 99 on YouTube says, "Love the videos, man. The effort really went in. Effort really shows." Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Captain Bingus. I love your name. Your name's hilarious. Captain Bingus reporting for duty. Scheduling, payroll, emails. It's a job you fell into? Yeah. Busy and tired and stressed, Benton? I feel that. I feel that. Man, it has been a long year for old shiftesque. Gamble on how soon the chat falls into chaos. Okay, start prediction. First... There you go. This one's only got a 30-second timer. First unforced auto-modded message. Yeah, I was gonna say, by the way, guys, don't actually submit on that. I was just goofing around. But I found it funny. First slur used. I'm gonna really try to focus, because 16 dubs per stream is not enough. Is mayonnaise a slur? Depends on the context. On a sandwich, no. To refer to a person, yes. I did add quotes into the pool, so if you guys do exclamation quote, you'll see a couple. Another cool addition. So you can't call me a mayonnaise Twinkie. No, you cannot call me a mayonnaise Twinkie. I've heard mayo monkey. I don't think I'll get taken down for that one. That one's interesting to me. Does that count as a slur? Yeah, 16 doves. Yeah, that does sound crazy. It's because it is. 16 doves per stream is just not going to cut it. I'm thinking we'll probably reduce the dove goal to 100. I think 100 will be enough. I'm seriously, strongly considering streaming at 10 a.m. on Saturday and streaming until I get the 100th dove. However long it takes. Feeling pretty unhinged about it. Mrs. Shift might have protest to that, though, so we'll see. I have to run it by the wife. Monkey is def a slur, but usually used against people who look like me, not you. See, we're getting started early tonight. Hey man, words are words. Words are words. Now if somebody called you like gorilla or something, I'd start to get offended. I haven't met a word I couldn't handle being called. 7 is objectively the best number. It is. Although, I think 13 fans might have something to say about that. I might ruin a lot of people's stream streaks if I do a random stream on Saturday. Yeah, Danny, I can tell from your disposition that you are not the kind of person who really gives a shit, and that's why I vibe with you. Like, we are two completely different people, and I'm sure we would get along just fine because we have that disposition. Ain't nothing you haven't heard. Ain't nothing I probably haven't said. But, you know, we all have our young periods on Xbox Live. Let's see here. So I'm going to dump off a bunch of my inventory because I think that I'm getting held up by having to go buy hay every now and then. So pretty much anything that isn't immediately useful to what we're doing, I'm just going to drop off in here. And I'm going to keep the common junk that I keep picking up as well as placeholders, because I will get more of it. PC gamer. I'm sure World of Warcraft is probably still wild. Xbox Live was a fever dream, doesn't feel real. Apparently they ported Black Ops 2 and the original Black Ops over to PS5 recently and reset everybody's levels, and it's been pretty active, apparently. I've seen a lot of posts about it on Twitter. I had quite a fun time with both of those games when I was younger. Definitely the pinnacle of gaming. I don't know why they can't make games like that anymore. GTA 6, I have a very strong feeling is going to suck. Call me a pessimist, but there's just too much hype around it, I think. Gotta pay debt like a responsible dork. Honestly, I think $70, $80 for a video game is not crazy. Like, that's a reasonable purchase if you're still saving during the month. It's fine. I think video games are actually the cheapest form of entertainment as long as you're not doing microtransactions. Problem is, they're releasing it in November, and they're only releasing it for console at first. So they can double dip on the people who will inevitably want to preferably play on PC. Like me, I don't want to whip out the old Xbox Series S that I have just so I can install a 400 gigabyte game that's going to take up my entire hard drive. And then... No, I didn't think this through. The game thinks I want to give Shane a gift. I gotta be able to talk to him and hug him, though. Does this work? Oh, I can do... Okay. Okay, good. Made $3 billion already in pre-orders. That's absolutely freaking insane. I think a lot of people are going to get bamboozled expecting a GTA 5 experience, and they're probably going to be really disappointed. The Elder Scrolls 6 has been in production for longer than GTA, and I think it'll be another dud as well. I have a feeling that people are just married to the nostalgia, and I don't know. I don't know if kids these days really care that much about games anymore. Who knows? I might be young. But yeah, I will definitely be at least experimenting with Elder Scrolls 6 when it comes out inevitably, and same thing with GTA 6. I'll play them. I'm just not thinking they're going to be great. Just probably still not going to get woken up for at least another 3 years, I think Bethesda came out and said. Cyberpunk 2077, I heard a lot of good things about, but I never ended up picking it up. He's going to be asleep for a long time. Was it Starfall or something like that? I think Bethesda released a like space-based RPG game, and it really was bad. Like, people did not like it. I think it was Starfall, something like that. Starfield, that's what it is, yep. Yeah, I didn't entertain it either. Looks like we're already in year 21, almost year 22. Degenerate during COVID days, played games 16 hours a day. Yeah. Yeah, those COVID days were really something. That might have been when I had my RuneScape. I think it was when I had my RuneScape phase for a month. Never liked first-person shooters, huh? I loved first-person shooters for a very, very, very long time. They were all I played from probably age 12 to about 18, other than Minecraft. Then I started experimenting with other stuff. One of my first YouTube channels was for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies, I think it was. Black Ops 4. And it did pretty well. But, I was making, like, informational videos for it. But then I just stopped posting. That was the end of that. Yeah, no, exactly. It's basically a straight dude honeypot, for sure. Hi-ho! That's derogatory, Nix. What did we say earlier about first person to use a slur? How are you doing, Nix? Ready to watch me sleep over and over again for 3 more hours tonight? Make Shane cry a little bit more? We did only go 18 minutes. That's all right. You guys were doing pretty well there, and then Nyx came and just totally disrupted the polite chit-chat. You guys hear about this explosive diarrhea parasite going around? Really hope I don't get that shit. You said that's some white people shit. Apparently it's in like all the fast food lettuce. I'm frankly amazed. Normally they use so many chemicals along the supply chain that you would think food would be perfectly sterile by the time it got to your plate these days, but oh, E. coli. I had me a pretty questionable one right before we started stream, not gonna lie. Hoping I don't got it. A little scared. You guys are gonna get the BRB screen if I need to make any pit stops. Just wash your produce. Actually, if you cook it, you're fine. Don't eat anything raw for probably, I would say, a few weeks. Man, what the hell is explosive diarrhea parasite? I'm just making small talk. You haven't heard about the explosive diarrhea parasite? It's a parasite that gives you explosive diarrhea. Cook my salad. Write it down. All I want to eat in this heat is salads. I actually have been enjoying salads lately for diet reasons. But I hit my weight goal this morning and I said, frick it, I'm done. Count me out. I ate the last of the lettuce we had in the fridge and I don't know if I'll be having any more salads for a little while. I'm sick of them. Sick of them. Twinks diet? It's actually really, why? I went on... Dang, that would be very hard to assume that it's... Oh, that's right. YouTube chat's like 30 seconds delayed. We're still talking about the explosive diarrhea parasite over there. Yeah, I cut like 20 pounds off because I went on a really big lifting bulk for like the last 18 months before I started 2026, and I gained like 60 pounds. Like, but I got fat. Like, I was dirty about it. So I needed to cut a little bit of fat after I got to the level of what I was looking for. Yeah. Probably want to boil water when you're camping, if you're getting it from a questionable source. When you live next door to a bar, you gain like 40 pounds. It happens quick. It comes on fast. I mean, I was trying to gain weight because I wanted to put on some weight. I was skinny. I looked like Milo Rossi. He's thin. I looked like that guy. I looked like Tom Holland for most of my life, and then I decided I wanted to put on some muscle, so I started working really hard, and I was eating like a peanut butter sandwich every morning. I would cut my milk with cream. I was having a big bowl of like 3 cups of yogurt for lunch 1, and then meat and rice and vegetables for lunch 2. Then I'd come home and eat like half a pound of pasta. I was grazing, and it was fun. But I put on a lot of weight really quickly, and a lot of it was muscle, but a lot of it was also fat. So I had to go on a diet. I was 223 pounds, is too many. So I decided to lose 20 of them. At my age, I look at food wrong and gain 10 pounds. Well, that's my worry, is that I might screw up and put the weight right back on if I'm not careful. But I adopted some pretty healthy habits, and my appetite's definitely a lot lower since I started dieting, so I get satisfied sooner. Part of it is just like strategizing around it. Like if you eat chicken breast twice a week for your dinner, and you try to load up on 4 to 5 servings of veggies a day, you're never gonna hit a calorie surplus that's gonna put weight on you. Unless you eat a lot of cheese and desserts. YouTube says he was playing this game and accidentally found the secret maze with the demon shorts today. Put a staircase in Lewis's house. That's how you farm Lewis's shorts, by the way. Just go there every day and you get a new pair of shorts. He'll probably wonder where all his boxers are going. You're on a midlife crisis level of I have to be in my best shape before 40. I've been on that wave for a long time. And you also have I forgot to eat all day ADHD. I have that as well. There are some days where I pound like 3,000 calories in one meal, just eating everything that I can get my hands on because I forgot to eat the whole day. I do like to eat like that too. 3 square meals can be overrated when there's shit to do. Good thing the men I date don't mind a little belly. A little belly ain't so bad. Mr. Shift don't mind a little belly. I told her I can't be fat. I gotta be in shape if I want to run around and chase my children around the backyard when the time comes. Baked fish is also good, Nix. Yeah, baked cod, fantastic for you. Super healthy. Baked cod is like one of the best things you can eat on a diet. Super, super high protein content if you're lifting, and like virtually 0 fat. The only fat you'll get is whatever you baked it in. It's actually a cheat code. Try not to eat too much of it because it actually can like give you problems because you don't consume enough fat. You gained 60 pounds? Oh, man. I was right there with you. But my thing was less about tragedy around me and more about wanting it a little too much and doing a dirty bulk. Down 15 is good, though. I mean, that's progress. It's hard to lose weight. It's so much easier to gain weight than it is to lose it. I wish someone told me that before I put on 60 in 2 years. Coldly name the child 34 because it's just another sacrifice to the dove gods. Exactly. Bryce asks, what's the point of doves? I don't know, I just hate kids. They're always sticky. They don't know how to control their voice volume. No, but for real, Bryce, I'm doing it because I'm trying to make use of an exploit. Fuck them kids, Bryce. Danny will show you the way. We need Chores Cop for that. Chores Cop is a valid emote over on Twitch, guys. Feel free to use it. It was it's probably my favorite. I think it's my favorite emote we've created so far, for sure. It's a fun one. I'm sacrificing children to get the Philosopher's Stone. Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist, Benton? Fantastic, fantastic series. I know you're particular about your weeb shit, but it's primo weeb shit. Very Americanized. Oh, that's what you're talking about? Okay, gotcha. You know, Philosopher's Stone is actually something that's been discussed in history. Hydration reminder.
Attention, Orb. ORBWASTAKEN_ has issued a legally binding hydration order.
Orb, where have you been?
Compliance is mandatory.
Did I miss you yesterday? I don't think I saw you yesterday, Orb. Were you here? Orb been MIA. It's okay, as long as he's home. Fell asleep at 8 a.m. Oh my god. What time is it there now? Overdue for another anime era? May I suggest a few fantastic series? You should first start with Attack on Titan if you have not. Absolute mind bender, fantastic subject matter, great fighting, great drama, great everything. Never finished it? Go finish it. The thing about Attack on Titan is none of it makes sense if you don't watch it from start to finish, and it's so much more enjoyed as one chunk instead of watching it in seasons and then waiting a year in between. Highly recommend Attack on Titan. It's definitely my favorite anime, I think, next to Full Metal Alchemist and a couple of others. I really, it's hard for me to pick one. Have you seen Berserk? See, you started season 4. So season 4 starts in that mechanical World War I stuff because they're giving you juxtaposition of Aaron's character, and it's a very complex narrative device. And basically the way I say it is just stick through it and pay attention, because it all comes together. It all goes full circle. It's all related. Berserk is a masterpiece. Absolutely one of my favorites. We got that on Blu-ray. Me and Mrs. Schiff will love Berserk. She's a huge Guts fan. The Berserk manga is superior. I don't know if I've ever read anything as a manga specifically that's better than Berserk. Naruto's great. Bleach is great, at least the first part of it. The rest of it kind of gets slow. One Piece is also really good as a pure manga because there's not 1,000 episodes to get through. But Berserk is just in a league of its own in terms of storytelling and world building. Rio Bisharp's been reading Berserk, or you've been reading AOT? The AOT movie is up there with Studio Ghibli level of ratings, so I was definitely intrigued. Yeah, no, you will not be disappointed with Attack on Titan. It's superb. The art, the animation, the voice acting, everything about it was taken seriously and done with love, and it's a masterpiece through and through. I highly recommend finishing it and really trying to consume it from start to finish, and you'll see how good it is. The end episode is just gut-wrenching. One of the best endings in all of anime. Grew up watching Inuyasha, Zatch Bell, and Yu Yu Hakusho. So Inuyasha, I never got into, but I did watch it on Adult Swim when I was like 9 years old, and I couldn't sleep some nights. So I thought the flashy colors were nice. Didn't really get the rest of it. I'd say every non-anime person should at least watch Spirited Away. It transcends all genres and is the best animated film of all time. Yeah, I mean, you can quote me on that. I know I just basically read what you said word for word, but yeah, that's true too. That's something me and Mrs. Shift have not watched together, but I have advised her one day we should. Spirited Away is just classic. Absolutely classic. Yeah, Nix, I get that feeling because sometimes you remind me of my mom. You be saying auntie stuff. It's like unk, but auntie. And that's cool. That's endearing. Like, I like my mom. I'm just telling you, I could tell, Nix. You could be the exuberant uncle. A Silent Voice is another one everyone should watch. I've heard of that, but I never watched it. Is that also Studio Ghibli? $25 in a couple of months. Yeah, you could be my mom. I'm 27. It's just incredible. My 3% phone warrior. Gotta plug that thing in. Huge fan of Nausicaa. Why have I never heard of that? Is that an anime? Or a movie? Anime as a whole is meh. Would you prefer manga because it's faster paced and you can get through it faster? Oh, I see. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Maybe I'll check it out. Alright, guys. I gotta level with you. The explosive diarrhea parasite is getting to me, so I will return shortly. Ugh. Go do something. Everybody take a bathroom break. boy. I'll tell y'all what were you guys doing while I was gone? What the hell's been going on here? What the hell's been going on here? Ugh. Let's see here. Oh, not too much. Oh, good. All right. Great. Yeah, that was the first time. Let's be real here, guys. That was the first time I ever used the BRB where the bottom says probably just taking a shift, and I actually was just taking a shift. So, I had to be done. There was no avoiding it. Hopefully that's the last time I have to do that tonight. Have you guys ever had IBS? Anybody? Definitely something that I ate because you feel fine. I don't know. It's kind of spicy, Mrs. Shift. It's probably that spicy tuna I've been eating. Can we get the chores cops in chat for what I just said? Because that's crazy. TMI? I don't really care. I'll be real with you guys. I try not to take breaks during stream, but had to be done. Had to be done. IBS is a hell of a bitch. Sometimes it just rolls up on you. You ate something that your gut did not like. I also had 4 hot chili peppers earlier with my salad. I'm really hopeful it's not the explosive diarrhea parasite. We lost every single viewer over on YouTube because they are notorious for having a low attention span. Last YouTube person who toughed it out. Are you okay over there? Are you all right? Were you too bored for a little while? IBS is evil. It's the worst. The trouble with it is you're perfectly fine otherwise. Your body's like, I gotta go. You better listen to it. We can't all have garbage disposal stomachs, Danny. Generally, I do fine. I actually have not had any issue with it in a very long time, but tonight's stream, I guess, popped up. Just got done with dinner. My body's just like, hey man, instead of sitting in that chair for 3 hours, I've got another idea of somewhere you can sit.
Good news, everyone.
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that.
I know you were trying to roll for a fart, Benton. I know what you were trying to do. We do have a fart symphony in there. There is a very loud fart and a very long fart that I recently added that I'm just waiting for someone to roll. But what's GERD?
Because Frog Daddy's here and he's got your back.
Someone knocking on my door? What the hell is that? I'm just kidding. I added super realistic door knocking to the random sound effects stack, so we could throw people off of their game. Did anybody get got by that? I'm curious. FBI, open up. We know what you've been doing to the children. That's crazy. Shores cop. Thank you, Nix, for popping over to YouTube to like. I appreciate that. Been got so many times I just expect to be kidnapped and ignore it. That's horrible. I did see you guys talking about it. I was actually I was on the... Oh, that is so awesome. Wow, that's so colorful. That's got to be like a freaking $5,000 sleeve, though. Fake door knocking never works on me because I'm extremely far from a closed door, says Oh Yes on YouTube. Well, oh yes, on YouTube just proved to me that there is a pulse in YouTube chat. And my horrible bout of IBS did not deter him from engaging with my extreme sleeping stream. YouTube is alive. They're very rarely alive over there. One thing I've noticed about YouTube chat is they don't want to engage as much. They just don't want to yap. Some people do come in and they yap, like Oh Yes and Bryce and a couple of others. And Real Bisharp seems to show up regularly as well. And I really appreciate all the YouTube people who are watching. You guys are great. In case you guys ever do miss a stream, the VODs are live on shiftesque VODs on YouTube. Oh, my stomach's starting to settle down. I think we can make it through the rest of the stream without another one. You are a bachelor with disposable income. That sleeve could be yours. Especially if you're a short king, it probably costs a little less. The tats are a midlife crisis thing, but you want so many. Venton, I gotta be real with you. I have a big, massive, massive tattoo on my back that nobody knows about, and I will probably never show to anyone on stream. And I don't exactly regret getting it, but I got it when I was 18 and freshly able to have sentience and free will legally. And I have to say, I really don't need the tattoo on my back. And I don't think I'll ever get another tattoo. I also have one on my arm. That's a smaller one for something sentimental. Yeah, I have one personal meaning, one off, and then I have one absolutely extravagant portrait on my back, Danny. That took several hours and a lot of bleeding and a lot of pain and a big order of cheesy nachos because I almost passed out while getting it. My tattoo is of Saint Christopher, a religious tattoo. But like I said, I really don't need it. So it was a similar act, like a midlife crisis, but kind of like a just beginning life crisis. Like, oh my god, I'm 18, I'm an adult, I can do whatever I want. Ha ha ha. Time to paint my body. The only thing I ever really considered getting tattooed was your daughter's dead name. So I'm really glad I didn't. That would suck to have that tattooed on your body permanently. Oh my god, Nix. That would just be terrible. And that's why, you know, tattoos aren't always a good idea. Sometimes the sentiment dries up or the idea gets lost in your skin. You're pretty boring at 18. Probably not as boring as I was. I mean, just because I got a tattoo doesn't mean I wasn't boring. Oh my god! Back-to-back witch events. That's a 1 in 100 chance 2 times in a row. That's insane. Yeah, you would have to get that covered, Nix. Absolutely. I could just... Ugh. That's the kind of stuff, like, that's why you don't get names tattooed on your body. Turning into a witch percent video. I feel like we've gotten almost as many witches as we've gotten doves at this point. Almost thinking about forfeiting a couple of beds, pineapples to place beds. so I can like wake up right next to where Shane might be, where I can give him a gift, and then I don't have to walk around, and to really speed things up, you know. Just I'm trying to think of as many time saves as I can have, because this is freaking agony. This is agony for me to play. I can't believe you guys are sitting here watching me do this. Like, I know we have a great chat, but oh my gosh, if it weren't for this chat keeping you guys entertained, I know you'd be bored to death by this. Drunk hoe for all your 20s. Glad you're over that. I had my drunk hoe phase. I also had my my shaggy Scooby-Doo phase, if you catch my drift. Like, totally zooted, dude. Yo, YouTube comment. Oh, yes, over in YouTube is actually a pretty valid commenter. He says, hibernate until something interesting happens and feed an addict simulator. That's a crazy comment. You belong here. Why are you not watching on Twitch? It's just out of curiosity. I mean, I try to funnel everybody who's a valid commenter to Twitch just because I love that you guys engage on YouTube, but I mean, Twitch will give you random points so you can play farts in my ear too. We'll give you shift points. You got a sandwich? It's not boring? What kind of sandwich you eating over there, Cupid? Also, welcome back to the stream. I haven't seen you since a couple of days ago. Chicken salad? Ooh, love me a chicken salad sandwich. That was better than my Hank Hill? Like, thanks, dude. I could only say like 2 things in it. If anyone ever asks you which brand has the most, it's the Marines. This information is useless, but interesting nonetheless. You remember when I was saying, I think it was 2 streams ago, how I have to read things with my eyes before I start reading them with my mouth on this channel? That is one of those comments I wish I read with my eyes first. Thank you, Danny, for contributing, though. I appreciate that. That's a great comment. I don't know what I'll do with that information either. Like a hint of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I have a million of them. I do a lot of impressions. I didn't have a lot of friends as a kid, so I spent a lot of time talking to myself. I'll learn eventually. Hope so. Or I get demonetized. You're gonna go touch grass? Alrighty, oh yes, it was great hanging out. Have a great time doing that grass touching and all. I'll be here not touching grass. Guys, I feel like I miscounted. Can someone stream replay and tell me if we've had 3 dubs already or just 2? Is there anyone committed enough to zoom through and scrub and see if we did 3 dubs already? I feel like I missed one. I feel like we were at 35, not 34. I'm gonna have to check after stream. You can do a bunch of accents, but not really much impressions. That's just a horrid way to live. I don't know. There's a few that I feel confident are decent enough that I don't have to feel cringy if I use them. I feel better about doing accents than I do impressions as well. That one clip that you took, the tinge of the tism, is one of my favorites. Oh, he's a wee bit tinge-tistic. He's just a tinge-tistic. He's a right old bloke, though. Who puts raisins in chicken salad, by the way? I have heard of that. When I say who, I mean what sane, competent person He said, white people shit. Why? You white people. Always putting fruit in your shit that don't need no fruit. I agree. I agree with this criticism of my culture. I got some bookcase lights. You guys can see them back there. They kind of light up the background a bit. Those are a little fun to install. I think they really finish the background nicely. Your mom is the whitest white woman to ever white woman, and she doesn't even do that. This is advanced, right? They put raisins in the chicken salad. This is advanced whiteness. One of the whitest things that I have a proclivity for is when I don't need something at the grocery store, instead of just like shoving it somewhere, I like to bring it back exactly where I found it to make the stockers' lives a little easier. That's one of my tendencies. I will say this about seasoning, because I'm a mean cook. I'm a menace in the kitchen. I know a thing or two about making stuff taste good. Most seasoning is really just salt and pepper. If you use an onion or garlic, a lot of it too. Oh my god, I just made tomato sauce tonight and I forgot to... Oh my god, Mrs. Shift, I forgot to put garlic in our sauce. I knew... And it came out so good. What is this? Oh, I'm not Italian. This like just hit me. I forgot to put garlic in the sauce I made tonight. Holy crap. So anyway, yeah, if you use like fresh ingredients, you can really skip the seasoning. You just had to cook them right and incorporate them at the right time. It was still good. That's the weird thing. Like, are we Italian? How do we not? Where's the garlic? Oh, man. Every Italian will tell you the secret to a good sauce is garlic. You disagree with this, but love that for me? Well, I appreciate that. One beautiful thing about our community is we can agree to disagree. We're all civil here, except for Venton. He's a very rabid individual. But we still love him. Speaking of rabid individuals, where's Lou? Milo Rossi would disown me for that? Oh, he's a real Italian, isn't he? Salt and pepper are essential, but not sufficient. Yes. Like if you're doing like a bare bones cook, and you only had salt and pepper, you could still make a pretty good dish most of the time, depending on what your ingredients are and what you're trying to cook. Can't handle spicy food, but then on the Mary Jane, I'll eat flaming hot Cheetos or nuclear buffalo wings. I love spicy food. Of course, my rear end didn't share the sentiment tonight, but I love spicy food going down. Garlic and onion powder in addition to fresh garlic and onion. That's an interesting combo. I gotta say, I feel like that's like pouring water into a full swimming pool. You know, if you've got the onion and garlic already, you probably don't need to add onion powder and garlic powder. That really, effectively what you're doing is you're just adding dehydrated extra ingredients and salt. But Old Bay seasoning is freaking... Oh, when I get Red Lobster, I'm not scared to go ham on that. I tell them to add the extra Cajun spicy too. I love a good Red Lobster boiled bag, I'll tell you what. Blame my ancestors. No, blame mine. Oh, I had a ramen era too, Benton. Ramen era was good. I had that in college. Basically, what I would do is I would make ramen, and I don't like my ramen watery. I would make ramen with just enough water to cook the noodles and basically just have a bowl of ramen pasta. And then I would preserve the flavor packet and I would use it on 2 fried eggs. And I wouldn't flip them. So I'd leave the yolk perfectly runny. And I would put the 2 fried eggs on the pasta and then spread the yolk over my ramen as I ate it. And this was my $2 meal that I would have every day at lunchtime. Not even $2. Like, it was like $1.40 to eat lunch every day in college. Now, did I have severe sodium issues and levels at the time? Definitely. But I was fed. Buldak sounds like a curse word. What is that? Can someone shed some light on that for my U-shaped head? Commercial Korean ramen. I always would have the Maruchan packets. Not the cups, the packets. I still swear by those. Those are quite good. Oh, okay. So it's like a higher quality ramen. I've never dabbled in the high quality ramen game. I see them all the time in the grocery store and I wonder, and I sit there and I scratch my chin and I go, I wonder how that tastes, but I never buy it. We are at Dove 36. Give it up for Dove 36. Strongly considering turning the counter down to 100. There's a few that are worth it. If you're near an Asian grocery store, you can get some really good ones. There are not many Asians where I live. I have noticed a serious demographic shift since I moved from living closer to the coast. Yeah. All right, Nix. All right. All right. Let's change it. We're going to go for 100 doves because I do not want to be grinding doves for the next 4 or 5 more streams. I think if I do a long stream this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, we won't have to do any more dove grinding next week. So 100 doves will be our target for now. I'm sure that will provide us with plenty of golden mystery boxes. Just the second time I've moved the goalpost. I can't believe I was going to go for 300 of these things. Someone on YouTube accused me of cheating. They watched my first movie and they came at me with like a 3-paragraph comment, and I was absolutely floored. And like, the reason that I bring this up is because I was just thinking to myself, like, you guys would probably be so in disbelief if I just came back from like a long weekend of doing some off-camera grinding and was like, oh yeah, I've got 160 doves now. Because I could do that, no problem. I could sit here and like put on Law & Order or King of the Hill or some other show that I've seen a million times that I'm fine with just leaving on in the background while I do mindless stuff in Stardew. And I could do that. And we wouldn't have to watch any more dove grinding. But now Now I get cheater accusations on something as simple as my 100% movie, and that pisses me off. Like, nothing pisses me off more than someone saying I cheated or broke the game or whatever. Like, oh, I hate cheating accusations because I hate cheaters. So I'm going on a rant here. I know you guys are talking about other stuff, but I'm just going on a rant here. I'm just going on a little individual, not reading chat rant. I got to be real with you guys. People accuse me of cheating. It really grinds my gears. So my goal is to do all the grinding for this challenge because it's going to be by far the most ridiculous thing we've ever done for the stream. By far the most ridiculous thing. Fill the whole place up with golden clocks, and if someone wants to talk shit and say, oh, you cheated, there's just no way you could have had the patience to do this, I'm going to point them to the VOD archive on YouTube, and that'll be that. So every bit of grinding for this challenge will be done here. All right, I'll go back to reading chat. What the hell are you guys talking about? I just had to have a moment. I had to have a moment to myself. You knew I'd shift my goal from 300. Sorry, I just don't know what that was. Some kind of weird epileptic seizure. They know you're true to this. We got you, B. Don't worry. They don't know I'm true to this. That's what you meant to say. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, Danny. I'm like, so it really made me mad. There's nothing I hate more than being called a cheater, because I got the spicy brain, and that actually triggers me. Like that's one of my spicy brain triggers, is people just accusing me of something I didn't do. It's always been a trigger for me. You know what they called out, Orb? They called out the fact that on day 9 in the 100% movie, since I lost the footage, they were like, it takes 736 energy to hoe that many tiles and water them. By this point in the run, you did not have nearly enough money or forageables around to have the energy to do that. And I was like, I fucking bought salads, numbnuts, is basically what my first response was. And I was like, I honestly don't even remember what I did. I was like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. How long have you been playing Stardew for? 20 hours? Get the fuck out of my comments. Sorry, I'm letting the F-bombs fly. I'm really pissed off about it. So that's what they accused me of. And I was like, are you insane? Like, just enjoy the video. Enjoy your free entertainment and shut up. Out here looking way too deep into it. You didn't even get 2 minutes into the movie and you're like, oh, this guy cheated. This guy cheated. He's a cheater. People got way too much time on their hands. Like me doing this challenge. At least I'm trying to do something productive instead of bringing other people down. But anyway, I would cheat at most video games, but I wouldn't act like I didn't. Well, that's exactly my point, Vincent. I have used cheat codes in video games. I had an action replay for Pokemon back in the day. I'd walk through walls and be like, tee look at me, I got Rayquaza on the first day. But it's not like I'd make a YouTube video about it and then have like a genuine heartfelt narrative at the end of it about how much it's a dream for me. If I actually cheated, what kind of person would do such a thing? Out of everything, they question my hoeing. My hoeing. I'll tell you what. I'm fired the hell up, Mrs. Shift. I'm honestly fired the hell up. Fired up. Fired the hell up. I got like this yesterday when I got honked at for driving when I had the right of way. Oh my God. You want to talk about road rage? I'll tell you all about road rage. I get pissed off. I actually did something really stupid the day that I closed on the house that almost got me in an accident. And I felt really bad about it. Now, this would have been something where had I honked at the person, I would be totally the butthead in the situation. But sometimes you make a mistake, someone honks at you, that's fine. But if you're just minding your own business or you're driving correctly according to the law and you get honked at, oh my God. That's the kind of stuff that would make my knuckles white on the steering wheel. Whiter than they already are. On a serious note, you can 100% tell that you put your work blood. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Danny. That's really genuine. I really appreciate that. I know we get goofy in this chat, but that means a lot. Thank you. Dude, we're done being wholesome. Back to the fart jokes. Back to the explosive diarrhea parasite talk. Motherfuckers don't want 10 years of pent-up BS. Yes. Exactly. I've definitely used, like, all of my F-bombs for the next week, by the way, so I'm going to stop using the F-word as much as I can. A dude tried to fight me in the Costco parking lot over a spot, some Florida stuff. I just laughed like, homie, I got better stuff to do. Go away. I've never been squared up on my whole life. Never had the pleasure of someone stepping to me and being like aggressive over some nonsense. Now, I'm a very polite person, and I'm also conscientious, so I try not to get in people's way. I try not to step on people's toes, especially strangers. So I've never had the pleasure of getting into an altercation with somebody or the prospect of it. But I feel like I would carry the same level of apathy that you're describing, Venton. I'd probably just be like, khakis? Like Jake from State Farm. When presented with aggression, I would probably just seem indifferent. I was gonna say, I've had a few. No, I'm gonna fight you. I'm not 12. I'm no coward. You think I am but a little 12-year-old? No, we fight today. No, I get what you're saying. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not 12. Yes, exactly. You get in a fight these days in the wrong place, and a police officer is there, or even after the fact, and they know your address, and a cop shows up to arrest you for assault. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. There used to be a time in American history where men could settle a problem with their fists and not worry about any later ramifications. It was a thing about honor, you know. But that's over. That's over. You punch the wrong person in the head, even if they deserve it, you're going to jail. Or at the very least, you're getting probation. Yeah, exactly, Danny. I'd never been in a bar fight. Never had the pleasure. I was actually raised during the anti-bullying, everything. Everybody got softer when I was a kid in school. Everything was soft, soft, soft. Went to school, was taught by a bunch of softies about how to be soft. We settle problems with our words. I remember bullies beating kids' asses, and then if the kid fought back, they would both get in trouble for it. Back in the zero tolerance policy. We got zero tolerance policy for bullying. I say if someone is threatening you physically, especially in school back in the day, where like there's no assault charges waning or pending, I say punch him in the head as hard as you can. But once someone's on the ground, stop. Too many kids, they take it way too far too these days. They get head stomping when someone's on the ground already. That's attempted murder. You know, there's a fine line to honorable fighting that Americans, especially young men, could really use these days in a controlled environment. I think boxing for all children should be a real systemic implementation. Bring back fisticuffs, you know? Gee, less violence, so terrible. No, Nix, I knew you were going to disagree with this. No, don't worry. Hey, listen, there's a time and a place for it. Say what you will, you're not going to stop kids from fighting. Punched one guy in the face who grabbed your shirt and dragged you to an alley, but that was just reflexes. Sometimes your instincts know better than you do what to do in a bad moment. Sorry, the men are menning. Apologies. Yes, Danny, there you go. We're just blowing off some testosterone. We had an angry moment, okay? Just blowing off a little bit of our pent-up anger. It's perfectly fine. Everything's fine. bluffed your way out of fights. Yeah, that was my common defuse strategy was just to make jokes whenever I was being targeted in an aggressive way. Just laugh it off. Joke your way out of the situation tends to work. Orb says, I got jumped by a kid on my way home from school a few years ago because I was right and he was wrong. Believe it or not, that is what people will fight you over these days, too. Be careful who you correct in the wrong setting. That's like a whole honor challenging thing. Goodbye, 37. Now we wait for 38. The outer calm confidence, but inner panic. Some people see red. Again, I've never been in an aggressive altercation before, so I actually have no idea how I would respond. But I get angry very quickly when spurred. I can be patient, and I do hide it well, but I do get pissed off. And some people, they see red is the idiom for it. They see red. Those are the kind of people you don't want to get in a fight with because their adrenaline just starts rushing and there's no knocking them out. You gotta watch out for people like that. They start shaking when you're about to fight. That's how you know you're about to get your rocked. No matter how hard you hit someone like that. Those are the people who belong in the MMA cage. If provoked, I mean, there aren't many other options than defending yourself. That's why I think people should learn karate or take self-defense classes. I think the world would be a better place if everybody kind of had a little bit of self-defense knowledge. Be a lot fewer people just being utterly rude and disrespectful to each other. You always got very indifferent when customers would explode with rage. That's the worst, too, because they want you to, like, get angry at them, and you're just sitting there like, I'm sorry, sir, I just can't help you with that order. I want to speak to your supervisor. My supervisor's going to tell you the exact same thing, but okay, I'll go get him. Alrighty, Nix. Hope we didn't scare you away with all the fighting talk. Did you guys notice I changed the shift points logo? Sir, this is a Wendy's. Mrs. Shift. How are you gonna say that to me? This is a serious discussion here. The worst is smile at... Give him that shit-eating grin. Forgot to mention what? What are we forgetting? Oh, you did see? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Oh.
Attention shift. Audacious Danny has issued a legally binding hydration order. Compliance is mandatory.
Of course. Let's all have a drinksy-winksy. Little drinky poo. Ah, good little drinky poo. Good little drinky poo. Alright. You guys ever seen Trailer Park Boys? Yeah, no, by the way, yeah, I did just use the gold symbol from Stardew Valley, so hopefully Concerned Ape doesn't have a problem with that, but I thought it fit the channel pretty nicely, so decided to add it to give it a little extra flair. Like 4 episodes of Trailer Park Boys? Oh, you're missing out. You were looking for a good anime earlier. Well, let me tell you, there's no better anime than Trailer Park Boys. Okay, I'm kidding, but it is really good. It's quite funny. Up to about season like 8, and then you don't have to watch anymore. Good show about a bunch of greasy dudes in trailer park. All they do is look for substances to abuse and try to make money as quickly as possible. And the alcoholic sheriff of the trailer park tries to stop him. And it's just a recipe for hilarious circumstances. Letterkenny was good for 2 to 3 seasons. I agree, but I couldn't watch that show without subtitles. It was very good. It was very good. Letterkenny was great, and then they over-serialized it. Is there lore to the pink stool in the nursery? There is no lore. I'm pretty sure Shane put that there. And I don't have the heart to remove it since he really has nothing to live for in this house but that pink chair, apparently. And all the beer I give him. There being pineapples everywhere, I don't think the game can choose anywhere else for him to put stuff, so that's all he gets. Poor guy. Giving him store-bought beer, not even making it yourself. It's not my fault. Gus sells it for really cheap. I might have to go buy more. I've already given him 400. Trying to maximize the efficiency here. Yes, adopt another baby. I think a Saturday stream would really help our reach as a stream, by the way, guys. I noticed I was looking at the analytics for Stardew, and the vast majority of people who watch Stardew streams watch on Saturdays. There's only one catch, though. I don't know if I want this stream that I introduced my channel to be just me going to sleep over and over again. Like, maybe I should just... I don't know. I don't know what to do. Swap to the 9.99 pizzas. Ah, good idea, Orb. Good idea. What have you observed, Venton? What do you mean? There's 2 very different chat crowds. The 268170 says, "Hi, I just got here. It looks like you're trying to fit 160 coops on your farm." You're absolutely right. That is the end goal of what I am doing. Welcome to the stream. Are there any other questions I can answer? More trolls and haters on weekends? I wouldn't be surprised.
You need to leave!
All right, well. I love that audio. Ugh. I love the "you need to leave" audio. Hilarious sound for it to pick as a greeting. Hi, Lou. I didn't realize you redeemed that. I just heard it and I was like, oh, gotta stick to the bit. It's a good bit. I think every time we hear that one, I'm definitely gonna actually leave the room. You haven't missed much, Lou. We got 5 more dubs and that's pretty much it. You appreciate the dedication. Well, we gotta have a little spice. Otherwise, you're just watching a guy go to sleep over and over again in Stardew Valley. That's not very fun. How you doing today? Better today?
Well, a bad, bad, bad. But birds are 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 word of Brian. Don't you know about the bird? Well, Peter's gonna tell you about the bird. Well, a bad, bad. But birds are well, a bad.
So fitting for what we're doing. This song has to be in some kind of kid dubbing montage. Yes. Yes. I was thinking about adding it as like a montage piece. You're not wrong. Maybe I should. Maybe I will. It's a good idea. I'll keep that in mind. The 268170 on YouTube says beach farm ? Can you really fit that many coops though? The beach farm might be able to fit more. I didn't think about this. That's a good question. I'll look into it after stream. My understanding... Yeah, we have Churros Cop. Yes, Churros Cop is ready, Lou. And you're feeling better? That's good. That's good. Yeah, I hope Churros Cop helps your healing process. Helps you feel a little bit less of a mental load. Beach Farm has potential. Oh man, that would really like grind my gears if I do this whole challenge and turns out the beach farm could fit more. I forgot that the beach farm is bigger. My only concern with the beach farm is that it's not the same kind of like flat playing field to work with. I do wonder if you can fit more coops on it. I'll research that. That's a good point. YouTube coming up with a very good point over there. 160 can fit on the main farm by use of a glitch that allows you to enter coops that have the front door blocked off as long as you enter one of them beforehand diagonally. That is the glitch we're going to be using. And since it's still in the game, it's obviously... My goal is to do something that Concerned Ape will eventually patch out in 1.7, so hopefully that'll be the thing that I do. Beach Farm has 2,100 tillable tiles, but it also, I think it has 4,700 tiles to work with, and the standard farm only has 4,300. Seizure recovery is pretty chill. Today was one of those days where you just get overstressed by everything. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I kind of had one of those days too. It's been a long week for me. I mean, I'm getting used to the streaming schedule. I'm getting used to kind of a lot of stuff at once. I definitely been tired this week. I might move streams to like 6:30 so I can get off by 10 most nights, because I think getting off that extra half hour early might help me a little bit. Because I know exactly what you're saying, Lou. I'm just not much of a night owl. You squeezed 132 coops on the standard farm. Good luck fitting more. You got about 17,000 crystallariums in your world. So it's a glitch, yes. 17,000 crystallariums, jeez. Did you know crystallariums are not actually that efficient money-making wise? They're cool and they're easy because you can just walk past them, but... Oh. You're a night owl? Wonder how many of the children we've dubbed are night owls. Crystallariums are great if you want to like farm staircases or a spicy eel or espresso. Yeah, getting that many golden animal crackers is a pain. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's gonna be a while. I assume that I'll be fishing for at least a month to get them all. But when it's all said and done, I'll at least get to wear the crown of the most unhinged person who's ever played this game ever. And that's really where the reward is in it for me. I just like doing unhinged stuff. My channel's kind of like the jackass of Stardew. Crystallariums are okay for money. If you use the mining profession that doubles the value of gems, They'll make you about 500 G a day with, wait a minute. It's a little less than that. I think it's like 400. Had a whole calculation on this. Don't worry about it. They make you a meaningful amount of money for nothing, for no effort. They're just really expensive to make. 5 gold bars, 2 iridium, and a battery, and 99 stone is a lot for one item. How do you hit 17,000 crystallariums in one day? Are you using the automate mod? V268? There's no way you could hit 17,000 machines in one day. It's impossible. I've tried. The upper limit of machines I could hit in a day was 2,500 when I was doing kegs. Probably 4,000 if you're doing ones you don't have to touch twice. With Automate mod, I could see that being very, very profitable, though. Still hibernating for sacrifices? Yes! Oh, yes! Isn't this the most incredible Stardew Valley gameplay you've ever seen? Have you ever seen anybody wake up and fall asleep as fast as I'm doing it? I know. I know. The title of tonight's YouTube stream is Punishing Myself for Your Entertainment. I hope you're entertained. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's a baby over there. Did I forget to dub it? Did I just name that baby? What the hell am I doing? Is my head up my ass? Oh, geez. Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Can someone try to type that in chat and see if AutoMod bans it? You hit over 3,000? Oh, you're playing on PS4. Okay. What am I typing? Head up ass? Don't type that. I was just kidding. I said something that my filter usually blocks. Dove 39. Give it up for Dove 39. It got auto-modded? Yeah, sounds about right. I should try to avoid saying that. Okay, I see. So you hit 3,000 daily, and you have 17,000 in 5 days, and you make 6.25 million G per day. No way you make 6.25 million G per day. That's just not. That's not true. That can't be possible. Are you doing anything other than crystallariums? Don't make me get the Excel spreadsheet out. So where are you keeping 17,000 crystallariums? Are you baiting me? Am I getting baited by YouTube, guys? $6.25 mil a day is crazy. That's more than what we're doing. I don't believe that's possible. That's bait. I don't think that's possible. 6.25 million a week, maybe. What we're doing is roughly 5 million a day. So you have 1,574 golden chickens. Okay. With all those crystallariums, that makes 6.25 million G a day. Yeah, 2 to 3 mil for 17,000 crystallariums. Assuming they're all pumping out diamonds, which are the most efficient. No, let me open something up here. You've piqued my interest. And I have this calculation already written down here. I'm opening up my spreadsheet, guys. I'm getting 3.3 million per day with 17,000 per year equals that times 112. 371 million. And then you have how many golden chickens? You have 1,574 golden chickens with auto grabbers on top of that. So let's say, where are my formulas here? Oh, I've only got 1572 here. Interesting. So this should really be 19. Oh, okay. So I see what you're, okay. Yeah. 1574. So you're getting 4.1. Okay. You're getting 4.1 million from that. And then my calculation with what I'm doing, because I think this is an old file. This wasn't saved properly, which is a shame. Mine is 1920. Yeah, 5 million. Okay. So I suppose, yeah. Of course, your crystallariums, you would need to divide this by 5. Because there's no way you're hitting 17,000 in a day. It would take you at least 5 days, if not 6. I'm still dubious of your numbers. Still dubious. But that sounds like quite the farm. That sounds like exactly the farm we're trying to build. Oh, I gotta drink
shift.
water.
Luludaki 18 has issued a legally binding hydration order.
Alrighty.
Compliance is mandatory.
V268, you sound like a real Stardew Valley encyclopediac. You sound like you know a thing or two, because you've seen a thing or two. We're playing Spreadsheet Valley, y'all. Gotta be hella bored? Yeah, oh yes, says you gotta be hella bored. My wife won't let me play Stardew Valley like that, unless I'm streaming. You're gonna be at least making some money. Yes, dear. Just kidding, guys. Miss Shiftesque is not like that. I'm just making a joke. I like money more than she does. YouTube, did you just say you have all ring combinations? Yeah, that is what they said. With a buttload of cheating, I could test the chicken plus crystallarium combo. You don't have to test it. We're going to do it. We're probably not going to do that many crystallariums. I'm not doing crystallariums. I think pineapples and mystic syrup are leagues better. They're just objectively way faster. So I think with the 5 million a day coming in from the golden chickens, plus probably about 2 million coming per day rather, from what is this, 40? We're on dove number 40. Give it up for dove number 40, everybody. Woo! Yeah! Wake up any of you sleeping. Yeah, I think 2 million a day is possible with my existing pineapple setup and mystic syrup setup that I have around the rest of the world. So I think 7 million G a day is reasonable. And albeit totally possible. You can buy duplicates of the Monster Slayer reward rings, Lou. Your setup requires way more prep than Crystallariums. Max G per effort is Fairy Rose Honey. Yes, max G per effort is Fairy Rose Honey. However, the trouble with Fairy Rose Honey is you can't grow it anywhere. You can only do it in that one part of Ginger Island. So, you can't plant anything that's not on the farm, unfortunately. So you can't, yeah. Otherwise, we would be doing that. But Mystic Syrup and Mystic Sap, those can be grown anywhere. And same thing, as you can see, pineapples can also be grown anywhere as long as it's inside, so. Whoops. "40 children sacrificed to capitalism." Look at me, Mom, I'm on TV. That area is good enough to do anything money-wise except build 500 clocks. What area? That might have gone over my head, Benson. What do you mean? The small amount of Fairy Rose Honey money you get as a sweaty casual. I actually find that the pineapples are faster to harvest there anyways, because you don't have to build like a elite, close to swastika looking setup out of bee houses around your fairy roses, which I've always found are very hard to navigate when you build them in the optimal fashion. Nice meeting you too, the 268. You seem like quite the seasoned Stardew veteran. It was nice to chat with you. Good luck with your incredibly amazing farm. I don't buy it, guys. Greenhouse with ancient fruit is plenty of money for a reasonable playthrough. Like, if you wanted to perfection by, like, summer of year 3, just a little bit of honey, some ancient fruit in your greenhouse, maybe a few fish ponds with lava eels. Nothing crazy. You don't need an exorbitant amount of money. The only reason you need so much money anyways is because of the golden clock requirement. Everything else, that's plenty of money to bankroll the rest of the run in terms of things you might need. Did you accidentally have Emily's dance on loop just now? It's not on loop. It's just, oh, we got another meteor. Just the background audio playing. Adds a little color to the otherwise very monotonous task we're doing. It did play twice in a row. It might have just double shuffled. We don't need money, but we need the dopamine hit when number go big. I don't get the reference, but I do. I also am a fan of when number go big. Me like big number. You guys want to see a big number? Here, let's do a big number real quick. I gotta make sure it's a big number that's not too big, because if it's too big, it'll crash our game. Yeah, that's big number enough. The game's not gonna like this. I have a feeling this is gonna be... The game can crash from you making too much money at once.
Whoa!
So if we ever need money, we know we can just go do that. And that was like probably a 20th of what we have saved so far. From just all this sleep. Number! What is Balatro? Hog roll. Yeah, the game can crash if you make too much money at once. If you make more than the integer limit in a single night, I think it will crash. I don't know if it is any lower than that, but if you make more than 2.147 billion G, or is it 174, either way. I always get those two digits mixed up. If you make more than like 2.2 million G in a single day, your game will crash for sure. 2.2 billion with a B. Meteor moment. I think we've probably gotten almost 10 meteors by now. Video poker on heroin? Ah, so just dopamine factory. Is my goal to crash the game? No. We're going to try to do this without crashing the game at any point. We're going to hit the integer limit safely. Then we're going to buy, like, I think it's like 200 and something golden clocks. And then we're going to do it again, buy 200 more golden clocks. And then we're going to do it one last time and then buy the rest of the golden clocks so the farm is full of golden clocks. And then we're going to go to sleep for a while. We're probably going to come up with new challenges that don't involve making money after that, because I'll be tired of making money. What is it? Was it a regular nanny inf or something bigger? I'm not sure what that word is, but Sharp, what's that word? Nanny inf? Sounds sexy.
Cecilia says my psoriasis is sexy.
That's definitely our
Attention. Whiteboard commission from Luludaki 18. Please draw a stick man wearing entirely too many hats.
That is a very strange whiteboard request. Okay. You asked for it. Alrighty. Let's just get the whiteboard out here. Alrighty. You want a stick man wearing way too many hats. That is a very bizarre request. I mean, can they all be the same hat? I gotta get back to dove grinding. So this is gonna be a quick drawing. I always love whiteboard art, but this has gotta be quick. All right, you want a stick man. We'll put him down here because I gotta put too many hats on him. Right? And he's smiling. Because anybody with a lot of hats is smiling. We're gonna give him that hat, and then we're gonna give him another hat on top of that one. Right? And then we're gonna give him another hat on top of that one. And then we're going to give him one more hat, and this one's going to go this way, right? And then we're going to give him another hat. This one's kind of like one of those Amish people hats. And then we're going to give him one more hat. And that one goes off the screen because it's just too big. It's too many hats. It's too many hats. Lou, Yaki. You have numbers in your name, Lou? 18. Very good. Thank you for commissioning that whiteboard, Arthur. That's awesome. I'm very glad that we could take a break from sacrificing children. It was a good omen because we just got another adoption. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm just gonna move it over a little bit because I know I left some white space over here. I might have overshot a lot, but essentially, yes. What the hell are we talking about? What were you guys talking about? Someone fill me in. I ain't reading all that right now. I'll probably read it if I guess it gets quiet. Some uncountable number. Ah, yes, this sounds right up my alley. Let's see here. Nana Inf is the maximum score you can get in Balatro. That is, and that's a big number. But you know what's bigger than that one? Infinity. Guys, here's a math question for you. Is infinity an imaginary number or a real number? No wrong answers. I think it's quite funny. I mean, obviously it just looks like gobbledygook that I drew on top of his head, but look at that smile, though. I mean, that's a real... you can't quite see it because of your chat, but that's a smiler right there. He's smiling. Can't mess up that guy's day. Imaginary number is square root of -1. Oh, irrational. I apologize. That's the... Is it? Oh god, I'm so far out of my practice. I used all my math knowledge on Stardew, and now I don't know basic concepts anymore. What's a logarithm? Is that what happens when you go to the forest with a chainsaw? And a jukebox? Infinity is a Boo! This guy stinks! It's the 3 question marks for me. It's the emote nonum. Hit me with the... What the hell is this? Isn't infinite subjective? Yeah, I guess if the subject is infinity. Irrational numbers have a set value, but the number of digits after the decimal point is incalculable. Isn't E one of those? I believe E is one of those, and so is pi. And of course, the square root of a negative number is I, because it is imaginary. Now, when math got to that point, and I did get a degree in this, I basically just started studying for the test because I stopped giving a shit. Because I know there are applicable purposes for that, but in my mind, the square root of a negative number, that shouldn't even be a concept. It's kind of like a number you can't count to. It's just unfathomable. I mean, yeah, we have a placeholder for it, but I can't remember what the applicability of it was. It was something really niche that I had to take a whole semester course on. It's really stupid. 3.14159265385759. I only know like the first 6 of those, so I cannot tell you if you messed up. Got further than I did. What a
Phantom Beast
flex.
says, I'm sorry. I apologize in advance for this one. Banana 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 nanana banabo ban bana bana banaba ba banabo be bonan ban ban bo banano banana nana banana bnaban baon nabio in bo eneo baneo banoan abnaban o bena bian of nonabo en boian bo and bo ban a of neo bna en bono anabani aoban banana bun bun bn ba bnao n ben bay of neo biob neob abnoon bio baneo bayon bayon bo en bian bay en bono bo and ebn and neo anon bo bio baneo n bibo bay bena banana banana nana bano ebo ban ebo bo ban ban banana.
Welcome to my stream. Welcome to shiftesque stream. Give it up for Dub41! Yeah! Dub41. Thanks for contributing that, Benton. That was really good. I appreciate that. That was even longer than I thought. I'm surprised, you know, realistically, you can probably get text-to-speech to talk a lot longer with emotes. Someone please clip that. Lou, use exclamation clip. I activated Fossabot. I think it'll work. We will see. I don't know if it works. Exclamation clip in chat should clip like the last 30 seconds. That was a lot longer than 30 seconds. But at least you can kind of do it now. Oh, look at that. Yeah, clip created. Very good. Worst Twitch TTS, and there's some that can go like 45 minutes. Oh, God. Ah, well. Like I said, it spices things up. 2 concurrent viewers on YouTube couldn't handle me staring into the mic, staring into the camera while that was going on. I swear, YouTube viewers are so soft. They have like the lowest attention span in the world. Not you guys who are still watching on YouTube. You guys are all right. But some of your colleagues over there are really cocomeloned out. Can't click the link for some reason, but it's there. Did my automod ban it? Interesting. Y'all cool like on Twitch. These guys could handle 60 seconds of nothing happening. They were built to last. Not like a Snickers. Snickers don't last in my mouth. Yeah, well, I think I said it so Fossabot would post them in the general chat on Discord. But I don't think it did. So I don't know. It's very user friendly. I might just be lazy and not have put any time into making it. That wasn't copy pasta. You typed that. I appreciate your charitable time. It didn't go back far enough. It's just a clip that starts with me staring at the camera while text-to-speech is just going babada 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 babada. No context makes it even funnier. I watched some of the clips from last night's stream, and you guys clipped some really funny moments. We should do the shiftesque jingle like Quagmire. I should like play it before every stream. Instead of giggity 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 giggity, let's have you know what. It should be something else though, something that applies to our stream. Like pineapple, 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 pineapple. Let's kill kids in Minecraft? I don't know. I can give you a better welcome to Jackass intro. It not starting at the beginning is funnier. Love that. I'm okay with you contributing more TTS. Your TTS is always add a little spice to the chat, so I don't mind. YouTube got offended when I called him low attention span. Real Bisharp actually is one of the real ones. He's a concurrent viewer over on YouTube, and he has some pretty funny stuff to say. I'll give him that. He says, "Who let the minion chat? The minions chat, that is." Twitch on mobile is so finicky, Lou. I don't know how you do it. Oh, whoops. You don't want to go to 0 points yet, though. I hear you. You're now going to get Nana Imp just for me? I'm flattered. Should I be? Is it hard to do? I certainly won't be mad about it. Maybe one more. It is already 9.
Venton V says, banana. 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 Just kidding. I'm not doing that, again. Actually I am. Bobby Bobby-A-N-A Bobby-N-A-O-E-N-A sorry please don't hate me.
I don't hate you.
Belpo Bloben Peb Belpo B Beep Queenie Weeken Wekeniken White Casius Foy Case of Fasten Fies EC Zack Sake Sask Six.
You're giving Fred a seizure.
Really I'm not even responsible for my own actions at this point. 8675309. Seriously I won't do this again. Maybe probably not tonight. Like once per stream.
Like
Max.
once per stream, Max. The funny thing is sitting there and seeing it slowly go up my screen in chat, knowing that it is far from over and Fred has many more things to say before it is through. Very colorful. Not enjoying this tonight, Nix? Sorry. Apologies. I wish you the best. I hope to see you soon. Yeah, well, you guys scared Nix away. We gotta be soothing, chat, guys. We gotta be soothing. I do like the vibe we have. I don't mind joking around and goofing around, so it's not everybody's cup of tea. And that's just fine. I happen to notice that a lot of people like streams that are goofy and don't take themselves too seriously, but you know, there's a middle ground to be had there. TTS shenanigans are kind of like nails on a chalkboard. It's only fun if you're the one making the noise. I think they're funny. I have no problem with them. Honestly, I'm sitting here doing the exact same thing I just did for the last 3 nights for 3 hours. I would pretty much laugh at a paper bag tied to my ceiling blowing in the wind of my air conditioner. It's boring sitting here going to sleep over and over and over again. This has got to be like the least engaging grind I've ever done in this game. It's bad. So I'm okay with random stuff being spewed in my ears for fun. What the hell? Oh, it's full. Okay. There was some trial and error that went into which combos of letters sound the funniest. Why don't you put in like a George Carlin joke that's not too bad? Actually, no. George Carlin jokes are more just like 10-minute stories. Why don't you put in some like one-liner jokes? You know who's really funny? It kills me. He makes the joke, I spilled spot remover on my dog and now he's gone. That guy, you should put in some of his one-liners. That's like the perfect kind of stuff that would just make me sit here dying of laughter. Dove 42!
Attention shift. Audacious Danny has issued a legally binding hydration order. Compliance is mandatory.
Stephen Wright? Yep, that's the guy. Yep, him. Exactly. He's hilarious. He said, he had another one I really liked. Thanks for the hydration reminder, Danny. This is on topic actually. He said, I got powdered water the other day. I don't know what to put in it. Oh my God, gold. Such a good strategy. One-liners are some of my favorite comedy. Mobrero says chores. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Mobrero. You'll be happy to know that we have a new chores variant. Use Chores Cop. As a subscriber, you have access to Chores Cop. Math E. Rafton says, hi, how you going on YouTube? And I am going pretty good. How are you going? How are you going, Math? I'm a little bored, Math, and the reason is just because I am going to sleep over and over again for the sole purpose of sacrificing virtual children. Chores Cop, yeah, Mobrero, you weren't here for that? Oh, we had a whole thing. Yeah, Chores Cop is the new mascot of the chat. Basically, whenever someone's saying something a little too ridiculous, you just got to spam Chores Cop, and Chores Cop will take them to justice. That's good, Math. Oh, yes, says no thanks, bro. What does no thanks, bro mean? Oh, wait a minute. What did I do over here? Click something. I have no idea how YouTube Live works. We use Chores Cop when Danny says things. Yes, whenever Danny talks, use Chores Cop. Math E. Rafton asks, what is this live stream about? It is about trying to achieve the greatest Stardew Valley industrial empire ever known. And the first component to that empire is forced child labor. But it's not like the child labor that you see around the world. It's kind of like child labor in the way that I'm sacrificing my Stardew children so that I can make use of an exploit that lets me spawn in a bunch of monsters. And those monsters will have a chance of dropping golden mystery boxes, which I can grind them and farm them every day for many, many times. And then I can use the golden mystery boxes to get auto petters and golden animal crackers, which I can then use to create the biggest industrial empire on my farm ever known to man, involving an array of 160 deluxe coops, which will each have 12 golden animal crackered golden chickens, all pooping out 73% chance iridium eggs every day, which I will have no responsibility to capture thanks to auto grabbers. So I will only have to get their produce once every year or so, minimizing my need to interact with them. I will then use the proceeds from this ridiculous endeavor to purchase 582 golden clocks. If you thought this was a ridiculous plan, I assure you this is exactly what I plan to do. This will take me roughly the next 2 months to do. Today, I am just doing one thing. I hope that's a good enough explanation. I feel like that really covered all the bases. Oh yes, says gotta love this exciting gameplay. You can't get gameplay like this
Audacious
anywhere else.
Danny says, hey you little gay boy, nice hair clip. It's Tanner from your freshman English class, remember me, dork. I thought I'd pop in after finishing my first 60 reps at the gym, you know, that place real men go to? Anyways, guess you're still playing video games like a sissy kook, as usual.
Oh my
Thought
god!
maybe you'd man up after high school, but now you're wearing skirts and makeup for a bunch of dweebs online. Have a nice life, dumbass.
Wild. Absolutely wild behavior. Let me tell you something about hair clips. Oh, hang on. I have to name my 43rd baby. Hang on. I'm going to respond to that. Just give me a second. All right. Yeah, get Chores Clap. Chores Cop. Chores venereal disease. All right, listen. This is a hair clip, okay? Men and women can wear these. They are effective for bundling your hair up when it is wet or in your way, or both. Either way, they're very useful. It's not really a style thing. And I would argue that my willingness to wear these not only on stream, but also whenever I go anywhere in public, is more an indication of my comfort with my sexuality than anything else. Also, I did not ever in my life know anybody named Tanner, but good guess. That's pretty good TTS. Pretty valid TTS. I would say gyms are overrated. You can buy most of the equipment yourself, and then you don't have to deal with bullshit rules. And you can grunt and be shirtless and or naked if you want while lifting weights in your own home. Which is one of the perks that I enjoy. Oh, I gotta dove my child. Totally made me lose my train of thought. You have an in-home gym? Mm-hmm. Love how the actual message got auto-modded, Keck W. But TTS didn't stop, yes. I have some words that TTS will filter out, but you didn't hit any of them. So, go figure. The TTS will use replacement words if it catches you using any specifically illicit profanity. In-home gym is the only way. Also, 60 reps? 60 reps of what? Being a butthead? As a kind of boring dude. Alright, this is what Venton says. I'm just reading it out loud because I don't paint my nails. But I don't judge people who do. As a kind of boring dude, I paint my nails mostly just because people's reaction to it tells me a lot about them. Yes. Yeah, I don't mind wearing hair clips. That's kind of my thing. Dove 43! Give it up for Dove 43! You like how doing something mild makes them somehow feel insecure? I definitely wear hair clips with the knowledge in mind that I don't care. I'm doing it for a perfectly functional reason. And anybody who would like step to me and be like, oh, you're a Forg for that, I'd probably just look at them and be like, okay. Have a nice day, sir. Carry on about my business. Better than a rubber band or something. Oh my god, a rubber band would just totally tear your hair apart. Have you ever used a rubber band to hold hair back? Oh my god. You wouldn't have hair for long. I sometimes put it in ponytails for professional things. It's so innocuous and 90% of people basically ignore it, but it seriously tweaks some people. I think some people have very poor pattern recognition skills, and they see something that in their mind is a telltale sign of something else, but they're totally wrong. Like their radar is just totally skewed, and it just leads to I would say poorly placed prejudice, to use a little bit of alliteration. I wear a Pikachu hat all the time with the ears, and I keep a hair tie on each ear of it. Very convenient. That sounds adorable. I should get Mrs. Shift a Pikachu hat. Usually I'll just say I play guitar and feel like that's a safe answer. Yeah. That's a pretty rock star thing to do. That would be cute. We'll look on Amazon tonight, honey. Pokemon is one of the greatest games of all time. Definitely one of the greatest games ever. Of course, depending on which one you pick, there are better ones than others, but... Do I have any Pokemon players in chat other than Lou, who I know plays Pokemon, judging from the commentary? Should we adopt a baby? Yes. Bulbasaur? You mean number 1? He was number 1. Bulbasaur's good. I don't know who my favorite is. It's really tough to say. I like a lot of Pokemon. Mostly the first 3 generations are great. I guess Charizard, obviously, but people who say Charizard give the vibe that they don't know any other Pokemon. Emboar is the best, says Real Bisharp. But your name's Bisharp. Why is your name not Real Emboar? I'm confused. A little confused. Torterra being the GOAT starter. Actually, Torterra is one of my favorites from the starter pool. I think Infernape is grossly overrated, and who the frick picks Empoleon with so much water access in Gen 4? Aw, that's so sweet. That's such a nerdy thing. You're my number 001. Apparently the new Pokemon game is going to add 300 new Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure they surpassed number 1000 now. So the triple digits are done away with, which is incredible. I always love Swampert. I think Swampert actually probably, in terms of starters at least, would be my favorite, because he is the best type combo and stat combo of of all of them. Yeah, they're adding 300 new Pokemon in the new generation. Pokemon hot take is Wooper. A Wooper army in a pond in your yard. I like Wooper. Quagsire is pretty valid. He's a funny Pokemon. Some people like Pokemon because they're funny or because they have a lot of personality, like Mr. Mime. A pet axolotl named Wooper. That's awesome. Oh, okay. Real Bisharp says, and also obviously Bisharp. Okay, all right, I see now. Gen 5 games were probably the last ones I played seriously. I'd never played anything after that, but Gen 5 was also peak. I would say the best generation was Gen 5. Gen 3 is always fun to go replay, like Fire Red and Emerald I replay a lot. But Gen 4 and 5 are where it gets really fun. Mystery Dungeon. Ooh, Real Bisharp coming in with the elite ball knowledge. The absolute elite ball knowledge. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is peak. I do like Red Rescue Team. I also like the Explorers of the Sky one. Sir Wumster says, what the farm? Not sure if that is a genuine question or a question about what the farm is. What amount of grind is that? I think I have like 310 hours on this world so far. We're going to have a lot more by the end of this challenge. Pokemon Master Trainer board game. I did. Maybe I did. I think that was a Gen 3 thing, and I think I had it as a kid. I can't even remember where it is now, but I do think I had that. Yeah, I think I did have that board game. Yeah. Wow, you just like unlocked a part of my brain that I haven't accessed in a very long time. Incredible. Give it up for Dove 44. Dove 44. Almost halfway there. And if you were sleeping, you are awake now. Mastering the Pokemon Trader Card game, Game Boy game as a kid. I never played it. I didn't know there was a Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy. I might play that. What is the best Pokemon game for me? Emerald is top tier, definitely. And then I like Pokemon Black and White as well as a close second, because I think that was the best execution of a later gen Pokemon before Mega Evolutions and all the other confusing, convoluted crap came into it. 44 children, quiver full people quaking. I have a EverDrive that my brother got for me, and he made me a custom-built Game Boy Advance. So I have every single Game Boy game ever made on a single cartridge. So I definitely have that Pokemon trading card game on that cartridge. I just didn't even know that game existed. Might have to check that out. Black and White 1 or Black and White 2? Well, obviously I like 1 better, but the sequel is objectively a better game. I just never played Black and White 2. I stopped playing with Black and White. I really only I played Black and White a lot. I played like probably 15, 20 playthroughs of it when I was younger. And then I kind of got to the point where I was a college age kid, so I didn't have time or care for Pokemon. I started thinking about other things that I wanted at that point in my life, so I kind of fell off. But I think Black and White 2 are better games objectively. They're definitely more fleshed out and more fun. I've only ever played unfinished runs of them. The only game console I've ever owned, which I still have and still works, is a 2009 DSi XL. That's actually the best thing to play anything on nowadays. My brother has one of those too. The DSi XL has the best screen of any installment of the DS, even the 3DS. Life hack, you can have that and Pokemon. Mrs. Schiff doesn't like when I play Pokemon. She gives me the look. Just kidding. She's okay when I play Pokemon, but sometimes when I play Pokemon, I get way too into it, and I'll spend like 10 hours playing it. She says not true. Yes, I know, honey. I'm just messing with you. Sometimes I'll play Pokemon for like 10 hours at a time because it's a very grindy game, and I like to EV train. I get really nerdy about it. I am pineapple maxing. Pearl was good. Diamond and Pearl were great, actually. Black 2, yeah, is... My brother has the full collection. My brother's a game collector, so he has all of them. So I have access to the whole collection to play whenever I really want, but the only ones I'm really interested in playing are the Game Boy Advance ones these days. They're just perfect. They're simple and accessible, and you'll never play the same game twice because you can always have a different team and a different experience. So it's really all I need. Mr. Cheesy Poofs says, thanks for your content. I love both Stardew videos and hope to perhaps see the return of Chef Jass someday. Bro, what? Thank you so much for that, by the way. An absolute obscure reference. How many of you guys know what Hugh Jass is? Pokemon Showdown, I never had the pleasure of playing. Give it up for Dub 45! Probably only 3 more to go tonight. You like the Hugh Jass video? Oh, my heart. I really had so much fun making that video. It really made me sad when it didn't do well. Because I like making artsy-fartsy stuff like that. Now I just do Stardew grinds because that's what works. And don't get me wrong, I love doing Stardew grinds, but sometimes I just want to like make a fun little gag video, and it makes me sad that it probably won't perform well. Pokemon Champions will eventually actually get good. I think my brother plays Pokemon Champions. Isn't that like the pay-to-win Pokemon that's on Nintendo Switch now? You were low-key zoned out. Made me want to go watch Let's Game It Out videos playing the same game. That's so nice. I love Let's Game It Out. He's an inspiration of mine. I love his style. I love his personality too. Try to draw a little bit off of him. Comfort channel, yeah, Let's Game It Out is great. Definitely a target for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I would play more Project Zomboid, but it's a really hard game to make like ridiculous challenges out of. The whole Project Zomboid community on YouTube is basically centered around, oh, I did this thing where I'm definitely gonna die. How long will I survive? And I was trying to do a different take on it where, because I have 1,000 hours of Project Zomboid. I'm very, very good at Project Zomboid. I'm so good at it that it's boring now. It's one of those games that's not really difficult after a certain point, and it kind of gets boring easily now. But the challenges are all like, oh, I turned on max sprinters. I got a mod that makes zombies always know where I am. And it's like, I guess that's a fun challenge. Elden Ring if you don't like PvP. Yeah, my brother recommends Elden Ring to me all the time. He bought it for me and I never played it. I just never gave it a shot. Mostly because it's on console, and I'd rather play it on PC. And even then, I know that if I play that game and get into it, I'm going to sink hundreds of hours of my life into it. And it's like, do I really have hundreds of hours of my life to give right now? I'm ADHD focused on basically this game so that I can build a functioning YouTube platform. Then maybe I'll get into games like that after that's all established. I'm goal oriented. You hit a ceiling and then it gets boring. Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking, but there will probably be a 200-hour playthrough in me if I did pick it up. I know I would like it. The Sim Airport and Espresso Tycoon ones are my favorites of Let's Game It Out. Actually got Espresso Tycoon because of the chaos of that video. Which one does he do? Hydroneer is really fun. I really loved his Hydroneer videos. Elden Ring is the top 5 all time. I know, it's just sitting there as an untouched gem that I'll get to play one day when I finally feel like sitting down and enjoying it. If you ever want some Elden Ring knowledge, just let me know. I will, or who knows, maybe we'll play it on this stream one day. Hydroneer and Raft series. Yeah, the Raft series is great too. It is crazy how consistently I'm getting these dubs. I mean, I get one every about 12 and a half minutes, I've noticed. That's the average rate I've calculated. Give it up for dub 46. 46. Can we get 50 tonight? I wonder. I'm starting a prediction, guys. There you go. Do you think I'll get 50 dubs tonight? I'm hopeful. I'd love to get number 50. Why aren't I collecting the items on the farm? Just faster to speed through. I'm trying to get these dubs grinded up. I have plenty of money and I don't really need any of those things. I would be so rich. Oh, well, you know. Yeah, but I'll be richer. You know, have you ever heard of the, would you rather have 1 marshmallow today or 2 marshmallows compounding annually for 6,000 years? I choose the two compounding marshmallows for a duration of time. Sure, I love marshmallows, but I'm not going to just eat my 1 today when I can have infinity over time. Dub 46. That's it. Dub 46. Definitely keeping it moving. What if you want 2 marshmallows today? Well, that's not how it works. There's only 1. Of course, if you wanted 2 marshmallows tomorrow and you waited, you would get them. But I'm more of a never eat a marshmallow and instead hoard hundreds of thousands of marshmallows in my closet that I could one day maybe eat if I'm hungry, but I don't need to because I'm frugal. I think what I have is a disease. I don't think normal people think like me about stuff. But that's how I am. I have too much power because I am capable of making marshmallows. What song is this? This is, This is Shimmering Bastion, which is part of the Stardew Valley soundtrack in the game files. I make desserts, mainly baked ones, but I've made marshmallows before. Love me a good dessert. Marshmallows are easy, right? They're pretty straightforward to make, right? Aren't they just like gelatin? Or some version of it? It's not exactly gelatin. The Final Fantasy Elixir problem. I'm gonna save these for a hard fight and then the game credits roll. Yeah, that's yes. All the Pokemon items, same idea. The game gives you like 4 max revives and then you save them until you need them and then you never need them and then you beat the champion and you're like, well, what the fuck? Do I play Smash Bros? Yes, I do play Smash Bros. My brother is very big into Smash Bros. He's super good at it. Incredibly talented Smash Bros. Player. Probably top 1,000 in the world. He does not compete. He just plays it for fun, and he's really, really good. I am okay at the game. I am a filthy casual. I can definitely hold my own, but I am not that good. And I main Captain Falcon. Love me some Captain Falcon. And yes, they use gelatin. I bet some homemade s'mores with a homemade graham cracker, homemade marshmallow, and some good high quality chocolate would probably bang. Your max revives didn't matter. Scarlet is too easy. I believe of what I've heard about the later Pokemon games is they really hold your hand. They're not hard at all, which is crazy because the earlier games, for someone who's played them so many times as I have, they aren't very hard either. So I really think about how engaging a game can be if it's not difficult in any way. Ah! We learned something new about Cupid today. Being a baker, that's got to be a tough job. Surrounded by all that bread and you don't get to eat all of it. You gotta sell most of it. Although I'm sure you get yours sometimes. I know I would. Love me some bread. And desserts too. If it goes in the oven, I probably like it. Games where you can make it as difficult, except banana bread. I don't like banana bread. I hate banana bread. Games where you can make it as difficult or grindy as you want based on how you play, yes. But that's what we're playing today. That's what we're playing every night. Oh yeah, why yes, I know him. He's me, said Stardew Valley. Sourdough. Oh, man. I used to hate sourdough as a kid, but I've definitely acquired a liking for it in the last few years. Just a big melted pat of butter right on a large piece of sourdough bread. Sign me up. Danny, welcome back. Nice of you to join us. Kidding. What are we talking about? We are talking about sourdough bread. We have just learned that one of our chatters, Cupid, is a baker. We were also talking about Pokemon for the last 45 minutes. YouTube chat seems to be very engaged with the Pokemon discussion. It's the first thing, it was the first, hang on, 47. We also have a prediction. The goal is to get 50 dubs by the end of the night. Hopefully we get there. It's hard to get YouTube chats chat consistently, but it's nice to hear from you guys finally. It turns out I just needed to talk about Pokemon to get you guys yapping. I'll talk about Pokemon with you guys all day. Freaking love Pokemon. Deltarune, I've only heard of it, so I do not... I actually have no idea what Deltarune is. Only heard of it. Yeah, I might have to pick up a loaf of sourdough bread myself. I know, Wumpster's the only person chatting on YouTube, but he's carrying the load over there. Wumster, do you have Twitch? You could come watch us on Twitch if you want. I mean, I absolutely love yapping anywhere that you want to watch, but Twitch is nice because you get rewards points here, and you can redeem sound effects and get a few rewards that'll help you engage with the stream a little bit better. Real Bisharp says, not so fast. I am here, Sir Wumster. Let them carry the YouTube stream. You guys can carry the YouTube stream. It's better for my analytics to have people chatting over there. I really appreciate you guys being there engaging. You don't have Twitch? That's just fine. You can watch us on YouTube. It's all right. Don't you worry about it. It's all right. I really appreciate you guys contributing to the discussion tonight. You work with a bunch of nerds. One of them wore a Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle button-up shirt today. That's awesome. That's so awesome. If I had one of those, I'd probably only wear that outside the house. Aw, Wumster, that's sweet. Thank you. I appreciate you subbing. That's really nice. I appreciate that. I'm glad you've enjoyed your time in the stream tonight. It means a lot. You've been a great chatter. You've helped keep me a little less bored doing this monotonous challenge that I'm doing. I feel like such a weirdo. The only shirts I own are like solid colored shirts. I don't have any shirts that have like any colorful commentary on them or anything on them. I just wear solid shirts. Actually, scratch that. I have a couple. I used to work for a landscaper who gave us shirts with the company name on them, so I have a few of those. And I have one other shirt that has a website on it that I don't even remember where I got it from. I need a chores shirt. You just gave me an idea. Would you guys, if the stream ever got to a point where I would feel comfortable dropping merch, I definitely would drop Chorus merch. I do feel like Chorus has carved its way into my heart. I feel like Chorus could definitely be a shift stream mascot for sure. Be like a Chorus beanie or a Chorus baseball cap. Yeah, Venton, I'm the same. I have mostly bland stuff. I used to, when I was in middle school, I used to wear all the funny shirts that would have like simple jokes on them all the time. And I remember someone making fun of me for it. They're like, you always wear the same shirts. Because if you wear shirts that have the same joke on them all the time, people are going to recognize you wearing the same shirt if they see you all the time. So I put two and two together and started wearing like button downs and plain shirts instead and never heard about it again. They really dulled my sparkle, man. Not cool. I had one shirt that I was quite partial to. It was, it said, silence is golden, duct tape is silver, and it had some dude's mouth duct taped on it. I was really edgy as a kid. I was a really edgy 12-year-old. There are online stores where I can order my own printed shirt. I don't want to get a merch drop when I know I've only really got, I mean, I love you guys being here. This is great. We've got, regularly we average about 8 to 10 viewers, which is really good. But I don't want to drop merch too early because I don't want it to be disappointing in terms of interest. I can make them available, but you do better when you just order like 50 of them, 100 of them, and then you say, oh, they go live at 7 p.m. on this day, and then people can get in there and it's first come, first serve, and they usually sell out. I'd rather make too few than too many. You know, it's a business decision. I'm a finance nerd, so it's like all I think about. Not merch for yourself? Why do I not think about that? Why do I not think about these things? Like I was just saying, all I own are solid shirts, but maybe I should have a Chorus hat or a Chorus shirt. Good idea. Good idea. That's outside the box for sure. I like that. I'll definitely consider it. Maybe I'll surprise you guys. You had that shirt, Venton? That's hilarious. Venton, sometimes I feel like you're just Florida version of me. But I know that you were not raised in Florida, but I guess like you evolved into Florida version of me. I was raised in the Northeast as well, so I know that's where you're from, but I feel like we're just like the same person. Give it up for Dove number 48. Dove number 48. Oh my gosh. Is 50 in sight? Is it possible tonight? Are the Stardew gods smiling on us? And the believers? Red bucket hat with chorus on it. Ooh, Mrs. Shift. We're gonna have to get the credit card out. Still have black concert / band tees. We had 100 t-shirts at one point. That's insane. I could never. I don't have the dresser space. They'd all just be wrinkled and stuffed into my dresser if that was the quantity. I love Wumpster's enthusiasm. Dove 48. Dove 48. Love to hear it, Wumpster. I'm Florida. I'm Florida. Wait, I'm Florida. Is there another and I wasn't aware? Hang on now. Son, why are you married to Shane? Are you just now realizing I'm married to Shane, Wumpster? I'm married to Shane because he is an alcoholic, and if I give him beer, he won't report me to the Chorse Police Department for my child sacrifice ring. Wait, guys. If I'm going to be one of the wealthiest people in the world, and I sacrifice children, does that make me... Finish the joke. Finish the joke. I don't want the stream getting taken down. You're all big boys and girls. You know the memes. What? Repeat that, please. I know you don't sound like that. Honestly, I just like using my southern accent. I don't get opportunities to, so whenever we're talking about Florida or Louisiana or Texas, I start using my southern accent because it's fun. I tell you what. You have ADHD and sometimes you don't listen. Ah, well, you missed the joke. Let's just say it was a spicy joke. Too hot for the FDA. Or I guess the FCC. Whatever federal... It's an Epstein joke, okay? It's an Epstein joke. I'm allowed to say Epstein. I was making an Epstein joke. I'm the Epstein of Stardew Valley. There you go. I said it, all right? I said it. I said it. We all knew the joke. I said it. I went ahead and just said it. I don't care. Don't clip that. You're not allowed to clip that. He said what? It's 9:49 p.m. and it's a shift stream. Don't use southern accent again or the feds will find you. Wumpster, thanks for the advice. Gotta lay low. Nah, man, you're good. Sometimes when I get especially loopy or relaxed, or especially when I'm really sassy, my accent comes out. Gotta watch out. Watch out for Sassy Lou. You're friends with a suspicious amount of world leaders. I'm not friends with a suspicious amount of world leaders. I've been to Louisiana and Mississippi, even though I'm from Germany. They didn't talk like that. Well, were you in the swamp part, or were you like in the like civilized part? Because I assure you, in the swamp part, they be talking like they tell you what they gotta. I got to make some gumbo, and I got to make the crawfish, and
Put them in a pot, and I make myself a cobbler when I'm done just to have dessert.
But it's a lot better than my, frankly, offensive impression. I love Southern people, and I love Southern cooking. You been to the swamp part too? This is actually holding back your headache. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad I could substitute aspirin for you. Turtle soup. I've never had turtle soup. How's turtle soup? Have you had it, Mobrero? He called himself a name. I was making a joke about the... Yeah. Venton, yeah. That do be how it is. Yeah, this is a pretty blessed day. We might actually get more than 16 dubbed kids in a single 3-hour stream. Pretty good rates today. Turtle soup is actually pretty delicious. I wonder what it tastes like. Is it kind of like chicken? I hear most reptiles taste kind of like white meat chicken, but greasier. Sounds like a hell of a time. Sounds fun. I bet it'd be fun to... Well, other than the mosquitoes. I bet they got a lot of skeeters down there. Frickin' hate skeeters. I sound kind of like Kofu with a southern accent. Who's Kofu? Fire ants? Oof. Ugh. Never had the displeasure of knowing what their bites felt like. Ooh, crocodile. That sounds exotic. She said it was like chicken. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I hear it tastes like chicken, basically. I like ants. I did multiple research projects on them my last semester of college, but their bites are nasty. I just watched Ant-Man, Marvel's Ant-Man, and I was not super impressed by the movie, but I did learn a lot about ants. I can't remember what it was called now. It's totally escaping me. I had a bunch in your shoe once and still have the tiny scars? Oh, you poor man. You went to Commander's Palace in New Orleans and they know how to cook? Never heard of it, but I bet they make good food. We have an ant infestation in our kitchen currently. They're not fire ants, thank God. But yeah, they're really annoying. They're little tiny ones. Little yastards. Have you ever played Omori? No, I have not played Omori. Actually, I haven't heard of that. What is that? Wumster. Oh, the building's in Red Dead 2? Oh, I probably have seen allusions to it then. A wooden tower. Sounds New Orleans. Baking soda and powdered sugar in little piles, and they're gone in like a week. Good idea. Good idea. I say listen to the Florida man. He probably knows from experience. We're trying a lot of stuff, but it's like I used the raid Yeah, that is pet safe. We use raid because we don't have any pets, but it definitely is. What am I doing? Exiting the title. It's definitely bad enough that we need to spray it in our kitchen near where stuff that we eat. So it's like we're having trouble deciding what to do. You know, like, do we spray it near all our silverware, just move the silverware out into the dining room, etc. They're quite a menace, I have to say. Yeah, this run's blessed. I think the believers are going to get this one. Getting a lot more. Oh, I forgot to update the counter to 49. This will be number 50. So, looks like believers have it. Ah, Natsra. Hello. Welcome back. Yeah, we've been streaming for about 3 hours. We got another, so far 17 dubs. We're about to get our 18th, and we're actually right on the way to ending the stream here soon, but, you know, it's nice to see you. Nice to see a familiar name back in the stream again. Hope you're doing well. Sir Wumpster over on YouTube says Omori is a really cool RPG maker game that adds a lot of psychological horror aspects to it. Interesting. Sounds like something I might play. Sounds like something I'd be interested in. Ignore the Omori fandom, though. It's super weird sometimes. Sounds like most games. Yeah, Natsura, we didn't know we were going to hit 50 dubs tonight, but it looks like we got lucky. My average has been 16 per stream every, like, 3 hours or so. But we got some good rolls tonight, so we're about to get our 18th. And then I think I'm going to do a stream on Saturday or Sunday. Depends on which day I feel like, and I'm going to go for another 50 and then call it. That'll probably take me maybe 8 hours, probably 10. And then we're going to cut it off at 100 dubs. I think that'll be enough. Yeah, we got another witch. At this point, I see him so often, I just ignore him. Yeah, we're only working on dubs right now. Yes, make Shane suffer. Yeah, Nix Hicks is in here regularly, and Nix seems to think that I'm, like, a bad person for making Shane suffer. But really, honestly, I don't think Shane's suffering. I mean, he's got enough booze to keep him in a catatonic state 24/7, so he's probably doing fine. He's probably doing just fine. Yes, exactly. Shane loves free booze. See? Oh, wow, Shift, how'd you know? This is my favorite. Look at that smile. Does this look like a man who's in peril? Does this look like a man who's sad, like his life is crumbling in front of him? No. This man has a beard. Somebody clip that. Big old 5-0. Dub number 50. Halfway there. We'll go dub this little baby, and then I'm going to probably call it a night and see if I can actually use the raid function properly. I don't know who we should raid. Does anybody... Danny, is your friend there raidable again? Is he live right now? I'll try to send him over this time without using the brackets. He is live yet? What's his username so I can make totally sure I don't screw it up this time? So I don't feel like looking for somebody to raid on the Stardew subsection. Raise fire, raise fire. I gotta remember that. I know it was so easy. I knew I remembered it. Just wanted to make sure. That is dove number 50. Give it up for dove number 50. Halfway there. And it only took us probably about 13 hours. Yeah. Really, though, like 10 hours of meaningful grinding. So, yeah. Gonna resolve that prediction. The believers have it. The believers have it. We probably could have squeezed out another one, but, you know, I'm pretty tired. It's been a long week. We did 4 streams this week, so love to see those pog rolls in chat. Big old 5-0. Feels good. Feels good. We're going to be back. I might stream this weekend. If not, we will be back next Monday. Depends on how things go. I got a lot to do this weekend. We'll see how I feel. But 50 more dubs are in our future. I'm going to change a counter because I can't believe 50 dubs. 50 dubs are still in our future. I want to get to 100 at least. And yeah, there you go. So I'm going to go raid Raise Fire. Thanks everybody for being here. I hope that you guys have a fantastic night, fantastic weekend if I don't hear from you. And remember, if I'm going to send you over to somebody else, that you have to use the Chorus emote. Yeah. So please be on your best behavior and raise chat. All right. Good night, everybody. Let's see if I can do this right. There you go. The raid has been created. I can't raid now. How do I raid? Oh, raid now. There you go. Bye, everybody.